Brandon Fox here with Straight Twitch and Fox's Music. Alright, so Costa Rica part 3, part 2 of the 3, dividing it up into 4 sections. Basically got done with the fence project with the wonderful group of guys that I did it with, so now we're into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, prior to the trip into the Chirripo Mountains, where I would meet the indigenous people and do what I was sent to do down there to help fix their aqueduct up there. So Saturday was an uneventful day, really. Tim had to go pick up some people from the airport that were going to be studying at the CISA Christian Immersion Spanish Academy there in Tuis, Costa Rica. So we went to the airport in San Jose, about a 3-hour drive with traffic and everything like that, to go pick them up. It was great. We had some wonderful conversations and everything like that, and then and then we came back home and stuff like that. My days are pretty much mixed together down there. I know at one point we did some grocery shopping and stuff like that. It may have been later in the day, I think, or that was Sunday. I don't know, but anyways, I think it may have been Sunday. But anyways, we did that, had some great conversations and stuff like that. So Saturday wrapped up, and then came Sunday, woke up, went to church, and church was great. It was basically, they acknowledged Father's Day. I was gone Father's Day during my trip there. It was unfortunate that I wish I was home with my kids, but I was doing what my father had instructed me to do, and so that was also a great thing. But Tim and Katrina also have 7 kids, and I appreciate Tim sharing his kids with me and allowing me to be part of their family while I was down there. And they sat next to me and everything like that and talked with me, and so I wasn't lonely at all. So it was great. So church service was great worship and everything like that. I couldn't understand the message really, because I don't understand Espanol, but it was a great service. The people were great, hospitable. We talked about the mission coming up the next day on Monday, and what was it, Saturday night? One of those days, there was a birthday party up at the top of the hill for two of the kids there. They were turning 17 or something like that. So went to a birthday party there, got to meet some of the people, watch them do their dance and stuff, and I was like, I don't know how to do that. I'm not doing that. So, but intermingled that way, and a ton of great people there in the city of Tuis. So got to see the culture. So after the weekend, carbo loaded and water loaded, H2O loaded, the night prior to Monday. Went to bed early, woke up early Monday morning, had a bunch of oatmeal, packed water, and we headed down to the church, the mission, and then also, which is the CISA, the Christian Immersion Spanish Academy. We headed down there. That was our point where we were going to head out into the Chirripo Mountains, where at the top of the hill, it was our deploy, where we're going to be deployed also, where we're going to come back out at. So we headed out about 6:30 on Monday morning. Headed up there. It was a rough ride. We were in the back of a truck, kind of like one of those Indiana Jones type trucks. So got about halfway, stopped at a little tiny store called the Potpourri. That's what they call them down there. Those things are everywhere. Got something to drink, everything like that. Took a little bit of a breather, and then got back in the truck. Finally made it to the top. What happened at the top was kind of discouraging in a way at first. When we got there, the indigenous people that were going to help us carry our food and supplies in, they weren't there, which was apparently, what they told me, pretty unusual. They're usually always there before us, and we had got there about 8:15 a.m. and we were supposed to be there at 8, so just 15 minutes. But they weren't there yet, so we're like, well, we'll just wait here for a little bit. And so 8:30 came, they weren't there. 9 o'clock, okay. And so, you know, we start asking people, hey, blah, 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 you know, what's going on. And so about 9:30, 10 o'clock, we start searching for people, you know, to see if maybe they could take the supplies down. We can maybe pay them instead of the people that were supposed to come up and carry it for us. So, but they are all hired out to different people. They already had jobs. And so we went ahead and were just sitting there and wondering what to do. And so one of the plans was, well, we could reschedule the trip. And I was like, no, we cannot reschedule the trip. Because this trip is planned from Monday all the way until we come back on Thursday, and I fly out Friday. And they're thinking about scheduling it till either Wednesday or the following week, Monday. And I was like, I fly out Friday. They were like, oh. I was like, no way. I was like, we ain't getting stopped here. Did everything I could not to get mad. And so sat there, I prayed. I was like, I know, God. I was like, maybe you brought me all the way down here just to see if I was listening. Maybe that's the case. I hope not. But I'm open to whatever you're doing. I was like, but I'm going to do what I can to get this, you know, ball rolling as much as I could. You know, I had limited power, so I'll just kind of like, hey, I'll carry what I can. I was like, if someone's carrying my backpack, I'll carry a sack of food. And so one of the younger girls, Glory, man, she's got such a missionary mind, one of Tim's daughters. She was like, I'll carry your backpack. And I was like, it's pretty heavy, but all right, I'll carry 2 sacks. They're pretty heavy sacks. I don't know what I was getting myself into, but hey, I was willing to do it. But they just kind of looked at me like, just slow down a little bit. But I was ready, you know. I was like, no, nothing's stopping me here. We're gonna go. So they finally devised a plan. There's a potpourri at the top, and so they said, hey, what we're gonna do is we're gonna divide some of the supplies enough to last us to one night, and we'll leave the supplies at the top of the hill, and we'll send some indigenous back the next day to pick up the supplies and come on back. So that's what we did. It heavied us up a little bit more, but it wasn't too bad. So we were able to eat that night, you know, and eat in the morning, and then they came back with the food and stuff. So it was all right. And I was like, oh, thank goodness. I was like, we can still go. We got a later start than what we wanted, but we finally got started about 10:30 or something like that, 11 o'clock. So we got going, and after that, it was a long downhill trip. And at that, I want to leave you with that. Next video, I'm going to describe the trip and everything going into the village. And then the video after that, I will talk to you about what happened in the village and fixing the aqueduct and headed out of the village. So, and all the people that I met. So, all right, guys. See you guys in the next video.